Tara, what are your shopping patterns? Do you
Oh
shop?
dear.
Do you shop online? Do you shop?
Where do you buy your groceries?
Considering
Hey, she's
considering
a fan of Zepto. Putting it out there, guys.
She said she.
Like,
Did you
on the camera.
Did you
Yes,
look up
I
if she
have.
shopped on Zepto before?
No,
you
she
came to
told.
the-
look at
No,
it.
I said it. I said it.
But did you also look?
Where would I find? I got some gossip.
database
Orders on
shopping
Zepto.
No, on your own
Yeah.
database.
She's on Zepto.
On her own database?
Yeah, totally did that.
Wow.
Totally did.
Yeah, Tara.
Shopping patterns, gosh. Till very recently, I was absolutely dreadful with my cellular, like really bad. There's a reason my friends say oldie but a goldie when it comes to me. Just really, really bad with most things on my phone. I am now much better at shopping online. A lot of my friends are comfortable shopping online.
What do you shop for?
I'm obsessed with interior design. So to be honest with you,
Live space?
a bunch of other brands.
Okay.
And
Are you obsessed to the extent that you buy interiors and don't put it up anywhere, just like in storage?
I love to store
question.
beautiful things. I love beautiful things. I love creating beautiful things. A lot of my furniture at home is designed by me. A lot of the stuff that is just on my table, scapes and stuff is designed by me. It's a space that I'm really excited to get into within the next year or so. So honestly, majority of what I shop is not even necessarily for my home. It's for future homes. It's for friends. It's for...
Where do you keep all this stuff?
That's a great question. We have a lot of
dark
space
store.
to... That's why I need to get one. That's why I
In a
need to
dark
get
store.
one.
So you're telling me, Tara, you have a go down.
So I don't have a go down
That's
yet.
one
way of putting it,
I
yeah.
ought to. I ought
A
to.
dark go down.
I ought to. With the amount of stuff that and also wherever I travel, I love collecting stuff that's reminiscent of that time and of that part of the world. And anything vintage, really.
So your friends, when they shop, do they do it online or do they go to the store? And
What
I'm talking
Nikhil
fashion.
is trying to get at, what do, how do interesting people shop? Like, are they shopping on Myntra? Are they shopping on...
Also, I want to
really
know, are you buying
depends.
large corporates or are you buying independent brands?
A mix of both. To be honest with you, a mix of both.
And what was that 10 years ago, 5 years ago? 5 years ago, Tara shopped. I'll give you an example.
I needed
We
to
spoke
see
about
and
Medu.
feel. I was one of those people that needed to see and feel in order to know, because I'm also really particular about what I like and what I want to keep forever and ever, because almost everything that I buy is something that I will keep for a very, very long time. It also, I like to attach value to it because of that, and it naturally tends to do that on its own. So whether that's art, whether that's just collectibles, whether that's vintage stuff, most of what I actually buy is things from another time.
But yeah,
Which you can't buy online. So for me, it's very individualistic and personal because I have to be present and I have to travel and I have to source.
But to your point, there is a lot more indie stuff that's getting bought.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah,
lot more
I think
conversations
so.
about it, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot more personalized.
If you look at Vedu's numbers, Vedant is a friend of ours, common friend, who has a shoe platform called Main Street.
Yeah.
He'll be thankful we gave him
Give
a
a
plug.
shout out. Shout out. to
But
that.
his numbers seem to have shot up through the roof. And I'm trying to figure out if people are getting disenfranchised by old school luxury and looking for something which is slightly more unique. Is that happening
Yeah,
in
I
your
think so.
circles?
I definitely think so.
I'm a bit of an old soul that way. Like, I'm less like Vedant keeps looking at my shoes and just like,
He keeps giving
He
out.
keeps
shit.
giving me
But
shit
you know,
for
in
my
this
shoes.
iteration, my version of old school is like Louis Vuitton or something.
Yeah, it would be like...
See, but most people
It
can't
would be the
see.
nice, like sort of the finer, like European coastside kind of things in life.
Yeah.
Right?
But it's
Like,
also a
that's-
lower price point, right? Like most 20-year-olds probably can't afford Louis Vuitton, but they might be able to afford a pair of like Panda Dunks
Navya?
or whatever.
What do I shop for? I don't
And
shop.
where do you shop?
I don't really shop more.
Zepto.
Yes, okay.
There
I
we
get
go.
my groceries on
That's the
Zepto.
banner.
It's like,
No, I don't really shop. I think for me, consumption is more like for convenience. So I would say like a lot of my spending on consumption is like something I would utilize in my work. I think fundamentally also our generation is not one of ownership. We don't like owning things. We are more, rent or do this like 1 or 2 times. And
Would you do
then-
that with fashion if somebody's building?
Yeah, I'm not really somebody who's into fashion. So I'm not I want to buy this pair of like shoes or this bag and keep it. I'm more that whatever's convenient for me.
Would you be open to renting a shoe and returning it? or a jacket?
No, I'm more that person who just wear the same shoe for like 5 years, and then once it's like I'm not an ownership kind of person. For me, it's more about like simplifying my day-to-day life and for it to be convenient for me. So I spend a lot on content. I spend a lot on reading. I spend a lot I'm spending more so that I can simplify my day-to-day life through my work or through what I'm doing. So for me, consumption is not so much, I'm not a big shopper.
Is this a pattern?
Yeah, I don't think a lot of young people are investing in buying things because they don't necessarily like see the value. I mean, at least I don't see the value in that.
I'm not so sure. I think
it goes both ways.
There's a
Back
lot of
in
people
the-
I know,
there's a lot of
like
people who have
Vedant's
the
customers,
aspiration.
a lot of them, where there's that aspirational sort of this thing. And
Yeah.
And this rent thing is actually suddenly growing. Even in Bombay, and I'm not sure about Delhi and other places, but I've heard about
The
these
very last business in the
websites.
US that
And
does this.
yeah, it started
Random
there, and it's
Yeah,
and
there are
it's beginning
clothes that
now.
you can rent. There's everything you can
Yeah.
rent. Furniture, you can rent. Clothes,
Yeah.
you can rent.
But you know what people are spending money on? I'm getting the sense that it's a little bit more sensible. Like where people choose to be luxurious,
Yeah.
it used to be slightly frivolous. So you'd be luxurious on like an
Nice car.
outfit or a
Yeah.
nice car, which was just like more
Or your home.
status, or your home in a way, right? Like more status and like in some cases ego. Now what I'm seeing is, and you probably have like a lot more exposure to this, like people that spend money, they're spending money on a lot more functional things. So I've seen people spending a lot of money on fitness. The most frugal people that I've met, they live like, they could be very wealthy, but they live like very standard lives. But when it comes to their fitness, they will get like the best trainer, the best nutritionist, the best facilities, and they will go all out. And
But
they will
those
spend money.
numbers are terrible because I was doing some research on fitness.
Yeah,
Everybody who invested into fitness,
yeah,
I think we all overestimated the size of the sector.
yeah,
While the change is happening in the very affluent sectors, like
Yeah.
all of us here,
yeah, sure.
but overall, people don't care that much about fitness yet in India.
Yeah.
Care about it enough to build a serious business there. But the
Yeah.
trend seems to be it will go in that direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even like food, right? Like food is also something that I'm seeing people focus on. But like, okay, I guess we're talking a little bit about like the luxury customer.
Yeah.
Like what about like the,
I think for them, it's more experience driven. It's not more that it's more like you would invest or you would pay for an experience that you're not going to get in your day-to-day life. And I'm not saying this for the 1% that's got access to those experiences every day. I'm saying for somebody who's doing a 9-to-5 job, lower income background, for them, investing in an experience is more valuable for the entire family rather than, so I feel that's what they're spending money on. So when you say that like films, I think that for them is an outing, that weekend to take their family out. All day, you go to the mall, you eat at the food court, then you go watch a movie, and then you go home. That for them is an experience, and that's something they're willing to
spend money on.
Spend on, yeah.
Hi, I'm Nikhil Kamath. I'd love to know what you thought of the episode. Comment, like, and subscribe. And thank you for watching.